Despite all the legal battles going on currently between the PGA Tour and LIV Golf Tour, both leagues have managed to stick to their schedule and continue with their calendars as smoothly as they can, much to the delight of golf fans. Hope they manage to find a solution to coexist. Recently, something crazy happened with PGA Tour defector Smith, nominated for a PGA award. This and more in today's video. LIV recruit Smith, nominated for PGA award. This is a bit strange. Cameron Smith from Australia is one of 3 nominees for the PGA Tour's Player of the Year award. He just played in his first LIV Golf Series tournament a few days ago. The LIV Golf Series is a Saudi-backed circuit that is challenging the old order of the sport. This is not surprising, since Smith had a great year in which he won the British Open and the Players' Championship and moved up to the number 2 spot in the world. But the arrival of LIV has caused golf to split, with a lot of legal cases and growing personal dislike between the two camps. If Smith won the Jack Nicklaus Award under these conditions, it would be embarrassing for the PGA Tour, to put it mildly. After all, Smith has been banned from the PGA Tour, just like the other LIV golfers. Nicklaus said he turned down a lot of money to be the face of it, but the man who did, Australia's Greg Norman, later called Nicklaus a hypocrite because he said Nicklaus had supported the idea at first. The winner is chosen by a vote of tour members who played in at least 15 FedEx Cup events during the season. It doesn't look like Smith will be crowned king though. It's likely that they will pick either Rory McIlroy or Scottie Scheffler instead. McIlroy has already won the award 3 times. He's been a strong supporter of the PGA Tour and a critic of LIV golf. This year, he didn't win a major, but he did finish in the top 8 in all 4 of them. He was 2nd at the Masters and 3rd at the Open. He also won the Tour Championship last month. Scheffler tied for 2nd place with McIlroy in that tournament. Scheffler also won the Masters and came in 2nd at the US Open, but he didn't make the cut at the PGA. Smith, who is 29, made his LIV debut this weekend at Boston. He tied for 4th place, which earned him $1.5 million US. Tom Kim, Sahith Theegala, and Cameron Young are all up for the Arnold Palmer Award for PGA Tour Rookie of the Year. Earlier on, Cameron Smith called LIV golf the future and hits out at unfair status on world ranking points. After the PGA Tour's FedEx Cup playoffs, which ended last week, the world's number 2 golfer became the highest ranked player to play in the Saudi-backed series. This ended weeks of talk about his golfing future. Smith played in his first LIV Golf Invitational Series event on Friday at the International Oaks course in Boston. The Australian was one of 13 players from the top 50 in the world who were playing. Smith said at a press conference before the tournament, "I think it's really a shame that we're not getting world ranking points out here. To have 48 of the best guys around the world playing and not to get world ranking points, I think it's perhaps a little bit unfair. I just think it's a little bit unfair." The official World Golf Ranking Board, which has members from the PGA Tour, DP World Tour, USGA, R&A, PGA of America, and Augusta National, is looking at LIV Golf's request to join. It may not be fair to golf fans who like to watch major championships. What has Cameron Smith said about the breakaway series in the past? "I think majors are about having the best golfers in the best field on the best golf courses. We should be able to figure this out." Smith said this about the criticism he's gotten for his move. "This is a different kind of next step in my life. I think that this is where golf is going. I like the way things are out here. With music playing, things are a little less tense on the range. I really like that." The 29-year-old has been exempt from majors for the next 5 years because he won by 1 shot at St. Andrews in July. However, many of the other players may find it hard to qualify for majors in the future because LIV Golf does not yet have official Golf World Ranking (OWGR) status. Later on, news spread of LIV golfers being barred from renewing PGA Tour memberships for 2022-23 season. A letter sent on Thursday to 22 players who hadn't quit the PGA Tour yet said that their LIV contracts make it impossible for them to meet the requirements for membership for the 2022-23 season, which starts in 2 weeks. Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau, and world number 2 Cameron Smith are among the players who didn't quit the PGA Tour when they joined the controversial LIV Golf Series, which is backed by Saudi Arabia. Dustin Johnson and Sergio Garcia, both of whom have won the Masters, are among the players who have left the PGA Tour for LIV Golf, which has been luring players with huge amounts of money. Some of the players who got the letter did not plan to renew their membership or did not qualify for next season anyway. LIV Golf is a threat to the PGA Tour, so its commissioner Jay Monahan recently announced a number of changes. However, he made it clear that people who join the breakaway series shouldn't try to come back, even if the changes appeal to them. No, they've signed up for the LIV Golf Series and made that promise. The majority of them are multi-year commitments, Monahan explained. As I've said all along, each player has a choice, which I respect, but they've already made it. We've made ours. We will focus on the things we can change and keep getting stronger. Smith said it's unfair that people who join LIV Golf don't get world ranking points, and he hopes that changes before his exemption from golf's 4 majors runs out. Critics say that LIV Golf, which is funded by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, is a form of sports washing by a country that wants to improve its image after being criticized for its human rights record. In other news, Trevor Immelman picks 5 rookies after international team loses start to LIV Golf. 5 of international team captain Trevor Immelman's 6 picks for this month's President's Cup at Quail Hollow are first-timers. Immelman was supposed to have 4 captain's picks for the every 2 years event, but he received 2 more when Open champion Cameron Smith and Chile's Joaquin Niemann decided to join LIV Golf after the FedEx Cup season ended. Smith and Niemann couldn't play in the President's Cup because they were banned from the PGA Tour for joining the breakaway circuit. This meant that Immelman had fewer options for filling out the international team. Cameron Smith, who won the Open, thinks it's unfair that people who join LIV Golf don't get world ranking points. He wants this to change before his exemption from golf's 4 majors runs out. Si-Woo Kim is back for his 2nd President's Cup. In 2017, he was a part of Team USA's record-breaking loss, and his fellow countryman KH Lee was picked to play for the first time after successfully defending his AT&T Byron Nelson title earlier this season. 4 more players were chosen: Christian Benzoidenhout of South Africa, Cam Davis of Australia, Sebastian Munoz of Colombia, and Taylor Pendrith of Canada. This means that 8 of Immelman's 12 players will be making their first appearances. Hideki Matsuyama and Adam Scott, both of whom have won the Masters before, along with Mito Pereira of Chile, Joo Hyung Tom Kim of South Korea, and Corey Connors of Canada, all got in automatically. Finally, Jordan Spieth, Colin Morikawa among Captain Davis Love III's picks for Team USA. Davis Love III chose Jordan Spieth and Colin Morikawa as 2 of 6 captains' picks for Team USA to play in the President's Cup at Quail Hollow this month. Spieth is back to play in the biennial tournament for the 4th time, and the first time since 2017. He didn't get to play for Tiger Woods' team in 2019 when Team USA beat Australia 16-14. The former world number 1 finished 8th in the qualification rankings and will be part of the youngest Team USA in President's Cup history. The average age of the 12 players on the roster is just 29.6 years old. Morikawa is one of the 4 captains' picks who are making their first President's Cup appearance. The others are Max Homa, reigning BMW PGA champion Billy Horschel, and Cameron Young. Kevin Kisner is making his 2nd President's Cup appearance for Team USA after making his debut in 2017 and going undefeated. Scottie Scheffler, who won the Masters and is ranked number 1 in the world, was one of the 6 golfers who automatically qualified after the BMW Championship ended on Monday. Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, Sam Burns, Justin Thomas, and Tony Finau rounded out Team USA's lineup. Only Spieth and Thomas have played in more than 1 President's Cup for Team USA. The other 6 players will be playing in their first President's Cup. The international team has 8 new players because many of their old players can't play this year because they switched to LIV Golf. Well, that's all the time we had for today. Subscribe to the channel. Till next time, cheers.